Said, handle him, I got him.
You're on crowd control. Oh!
I mean, shit.
Crisscross tic-tac, you're dead.
Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse, here with the first episode of Double Digits for Hell's Paradise, that being episode 10 today.
Last episode, it was the best fight in the series. We both agreed on that so far.
Yep.
It was boxing. Gabimaru was boxing against the Tenzin that ended up bodying Tenza the episode prior to that. Going crazy. That Tenzin had noticed something with Gabimaru. Seems like Gabimaru might be some kind of similarity to or relation to a hermit, potentially, based off of his power. So that was interesting. And yeah, he ended up forcing that Tenzin to transform into this big flower, dual electricity, AC current type of thing. I don't know. It was crazy though. But yeah, and then Mei ends up saving Gabimaru after he ends up pretty much losing that fight. But he did pretty good himself. And then fast forward, we see a council of the Tenzin. So there's 7 of them, and apparently they derive from one hermit, which split into 7 different people. 3 of them we still haven't seen their faces yet. The other 2 we've seen them already because they end up beating Chobe and Toma, and one of them that seems to be like the leader, I guess you can say, the purple-haired guy.
Probably.
We seen his face, so that was pretty interesting as well. At the end of the episode, we ran into, or rather, Dragon and Fuchi ran into Gabimaru as he woke up by the water or by the river. So let's see what's gonna happen next episode. I'm excited. You got anything to say before we get into the episode?
Just one point, guys. There is this is in the real world, obviously, but there is symbolisms. I think it's called the language of flowers, in which different flowers represent different either emotions, creatures, different philosophical, theories. So one is roses, and I'm pretty sure that one of the Tenzin, he had like purple roses, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm curious to see. I don't really know much about the language of flowers, but it'd be interesting to know if this series is somewhat based off of that and the different forms we might see. But with that being said, I don't have anything else to add, so without any further delay, let's get into the next episode of Hell's Paradise, episode 10, right about now.
No! That's the button that will kill everyone!
He's experiencing these deaths again? I feel like this is the Asaemon's power. Or maybe not.
Yeah, is happening again. And Gabimaru, you should listen, because you just said last episode, like, yeah, I might need like 2, 3, 4 people help to fight against them.
Oh, he has like a Kira sword from Bleach. Wow, that's like Vinland Saga, Canute and Thorkel.
Good information here.
I don't think they have organs. They have like plant parts.
I think Fuchi could potentially be pretty useful against them, because his whole thing was like about like poison and stuff like that and dissecting. So I wonder if that would be a help against them somehow.
I was thinking more so about like how he was doing the dissections.
Oh,
he could dissect to find the core. Oh, the immortal dragon. That'd be quite the name.
I like that. I like that.
Very cool.
You don't want to be physically immortal. You just want to make sure that your legacy, your legend of yourself, get passed down.
Maybe we just watch too much anime. It's just like I'm just expecting the worst at all times.
Right.
Wait, is she like a teenager now?
I didn't really realize that. Just got.
Huh. Oh, you were saying something about an experiment. That was the guy she killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting he was sent back here. Maybe he's actually a hermit and he's not dead. Oh, so it's like bait on the end of a fish hook. Like they sent that one guy back as a flower person.
Yeah.
To get more people here. Okay, so it's like chakra.
Training.
Oh my god, that was so clean.
I mean, but you also gotta kind of help her out, you know?
I mean, if you don't teach her, she's gonna die.
Yeah. And she also feels the same way. Her whole village got killed.
So is this an analogy for his blindness, or is this more so related to Tao? Because they're kind of intersecting the different conversations with one another. All three of them.
I'd assume so. Since he's blind, I feel like maybe he doesn't, you know, exactly, yin yang. That's what I was kind of getting to. Like, it's the same principle, but he might not be able to say that if he does know Tao. I mean, he doesn't know it, but he probably can feel it.
Ooh.
Like a frequency.
Yeah.
Vibration. And it makes sense for somebody like him. He's blind. Like, it's almost like he's one of the best people that can kind of teach us this. Ugh. Floki? That's fun. The box head. Oh. Okay. So red guy's
he looks different, right?
That's not the same guy. Not the blonde guy. I think there's one of the other ones that had the flowers on their head.
Oh, okay.
He fought out. It is so interesting that, like, all these groups have different levels of information on this island so far. These guys right now, they're like, I mean, they did go against the Tenzin, but other than that, they don't really know too much either.
Look at this guy.
Like the Warhammer. That makes sense, though. It's a route. The route to the... Exactly, yep.
You're hungry?
I'm not gonna lie. I think this definitely is doing something to them. Some kind of attribute. Positive attribute. It's nasty as hell, but what the hell is you, boy? You a hermit? Who are you?
Are these some of the remaining hermits? Or maybe people that transcended the monstrosities of those other
so he has
forms.
a yin yang on his head.
Yeah. So these are like the
Scalpers.
monks, I'm thinking.
Right.
Doshi.
Way more sense now. Damn.
He ate that.
Yeah,
I think it is because he's been drinking the blood.
I think so too.
So I guess that does kind of open up the door for Tenza to still be alive.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So handle him. I got him.
You're on crowd control. Oh!
I mean, shit.
Crisscross tic tac, you're dead. Is it because he's blind?
Damn.
And now that he's down, his brother's off guard. He's probably gonna get hit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man, we ended it there. Wow. Huh. We're learning though. We're learning a lot. I'm liking that. So now we know that Tao is running. Well, it's the energy that's used within this series, such as like chakra, similar to that. Everybody's trying to train right now, learn more about Tao. I'm glad that everybody is learning, because a few minutes ago I was saying that different groups have more information than others. These two brothers right now, I mean, yes, they fought against the Tenzin, but other than that, they didn't really have any more or as much information as their other groups. But now this guy right here, that's what they call him, Doshi, a part of Doshi. Which I said before, I was like, I'm glad that we have this middle group here, because I was like, why are the guys out here being guards? But they do have somebody under them, so that's cool. But they're learning from him though right now, so that's kind of interesting too. So I wonder if they, I don't know, I wonder if they can like recruit humans, because the way that he approached them didn't really, it seemed a little different, because he said that we're here to scout out and also to, you know, basically guard the area and such. So it's kind of interesting.
I think it could also be related to maybe certain humans produce more Tao, more elixir of life for Tan if they are more adept at Tao. So if you are one with your surroundings, if you can use your internal energy, if you can, you know, obtain the energy from your surroundings in your fighting style, that might account for why they want Gabimaru, they want Chobei.
You're right.
They might want some of the more skilled people here because they might be able to produce more Tan. If they have more Tan, then they can live longer. One thing that I did want to bring up, and it's kind of been bugging me since this started, and you mentioned how each group they're kind of separated from one another in terms of their knowledge of this island. So, as far as we know, the Shogun said there's a deal for one pardon. So that one pardon then, by necessity, splits up the party, for lack of a better term. So that splitting up of the party is inherently beneficial to the Tenzin, because, okay, you might notice one thing in your fight with the Tenzin, but if you get killed before you can relay that information to another group, before they could survive a similar attack from a Tenzin,
right?
Even these Doshi or maybe something else. Did he say out loud that he seems like Chobei was stronger, or was he thinking that in his head?
I'm not. It's kind of hard to tell because he has a thing over his face, but we do know from
if he's thinking that, then that can thereby lead us to the assumption that drinking the blood of the Soshin might actually allow you to become quote unquote semi-immortal. Now we don't know the downside to that, of course. But it would allow you to at least starve off death for a little bit. So Tenza might still be alive. I know it's a long shot, but he did land face down in that pool of the Tenzin blood. So,
right. And something that you had just said too, them potentially wanting like people like Chobei, Gabimaru, because they're more I guess you could say, in tune or mastered that when it comes to Tao. It's interesting because, like I said, Taoism is based off of nature, being one with nature. So with these characters, right, if they are quote unquote one with nature and they are the ones that they literally would need, I feel that when it comes to, because this was also a question before that I had, that like, how many humans do they end up getting? Like, how frequent do they get humans? Like, how long have they been doing this? Because I feel like you're not really getting mass amounts of people all the time. I feel like you probably have to get like a, you know, a good chunk, but I don't think they would get like thousands of people or anything like that. So based off of what you just said, if some people would have more of that, then they can feed and, you know, bring that elixir, create that elixir a lot more based off of that person or those certain people being so highly, what's the word? Highly
sought after.
Just filled, or just highly filled with that energy. So
they said this island was secluded for a vast amount of years, and one of the hardest professions in the world, and I give them all the credit, is being a fisherman. Because you are at odds with nature on a consistent basis. You have to read the flow of the water as you're hunting down your life. Because if you don't catch any fish as a fisherman, you can't be a fisherman. Spoiler alert. So I feel like those people would be very adept at Tao because they're very in tune with nature.
Right. And that really... And then I keep thinking about the chief too, like once we get more into like his ploy, his plot, because, you know, say like somebody like Gabimaru, he literally trained him so well enough that based off of what we're saying right now, it's like, well, he's like the perfect person that they will need, right? So I wonder if that's like purposeful from the chief. I wonder if the chief, like I said, if he is from here, so he would probably know a lot of stuff like this. So I wonder if, I don't know. I wonder if this is something that he
keep going
planned.
back and forth with Gabimaru whether or not he's immortal.
Exactly.
But it was confirmed that the chief is immortal. So
he's
whether
immortal.
he got the elixir of life from here, whether he was a member of the hermits, we're not quite sure. But they did make that distinction between the two, and ever since they made that distinction, I honestly don't know about Gabimaru. Like, I like the mystery that's surrounded with his origins.
Right, because he's doing something. He's literally like, he's plotting something for him, obviously, because he got him since he was a baby. So he's doing something. It's just why? Because if you're already immortal, why are you doing that, right? So it's like, are you, if you are from here, are you like playing a role to help your homeland, or are you trying to go against them and create something else on like the mainlands or something? Like, But,
well, they did say that this might be a man-made experiment on this island, so. Maybe it's just like you got your own base of operations if you're a follower of this, let's just call it a plant religion. If you're a follower of this plant religion, you can just get maybe a seed, take it to another area, and then start your own thing over there.
Potentially. That would make sense. But yeah, this was a cool episode, more information. I like that. We're getting a lot of information in season 1, and then that kind of just goes to show for the next, say, maybe 2 seasons or so. That's when we were going to really get into, like, you know, the whole island itself and more stuff, more character moments, all that kind of stuff. But I like that we're getting a lot of stuff now instead of, like, dragging it out way later. It makes sense how they're doing it, so I'm a fan of that.
Yeah,
but I ain't got nothing else to say on my side, though.
This season definitely no longer feels like a prequel to me. I won't speak for you, but that's just how I feel
I feel
now.
the same way.
Okay. And the world building that they've done in back-to-back episodes, it's really appreciated because it just gives us more room to theorize, and that's one of my favorite aspects about watching these shows together. So that's the last point I have on my end.
All right, well, you guys know the drill, man. Stay tuned. We got Demon Slayer coming out Sunday, so we're going to be reacting to that on Sunday, and then Vinland on a Monday. So you guys know, if you have been following all of the series, or 1 of 3 or 2 of 3 or whatever, they're about to be coming to an end pretty soon within this month. So we're going to be going into Bleach, and there's more stuff on the channel, so stay tuned. If you're new, if you've been here already, stay tuned. We're going to have more content for you guys, more streams, a lot of more videos. So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video, and peace.